So there's this TikTok video that is going viral. It's a Nigerian guy who is talking about his experience with other Nigerians in Canada. And in this video, he's just calling out all Nigerians and saying that we don't help each other here in Canada, that we just like to claim seniority about who came to Canada first and all of that. Now, I'm not trying to invalidate anybody's experience here in Canada. I'm going to talk about my own experience in Canada. So, I've lived in Canada for the last 4 years, and anything that I am today, any success I've achieved in Canada for the last 4 years, after attributing it to God, I will attribute it to the Nigerians here. Like, when I decided to move to Canada, I did not know anybody here. Like, even if I eventually found people that I knew here, at the time I decided I wanted to move to Canada, I didn't know they were here. I didn't know anybody here. And so it wasn't exactly a very easy journey for me because I was coming to a land where I knew nobody. Where I decided to live, I picked it at random. But fortunately for me, the very first day I landed in Canada, it was a Nigerian that came. He lived 7 hours away from my city, but fortunately for me, he had an event in my city. But even if he didn't have that event, he had already promised to come pick me up from the airport. This is somebody that I have no knowledge of meeting prior to meeting him that day at the airport. So he went to the same university with my sister in England, and I used to go visit her. I can't remember ever meeting him before that, but we were friends on Instagram, and he hit me up randomly, and we just got talking. Eventually, he found out I was moving to Canada, and he decided to come pick me up since we were going to be in the same province. So even if he had nothing doing in my city on that day, he was willing to drive 7 hours to come pick me up. And he did it because my first birthday in this country, I was alone. He came, picked me up, and we spent that whole time together. Like, just made it a happy birthday for me. That first day that he came to pick me up, he also bought me my very first winter jacket because I came with very light English jacket. He bought me a winter jacket that lasted me for years. So my very first experience with Nigerians here was more than pleasant. My very first jobs in Canada were through connections of Nigerians that I met here. Like, my first job was a friend I met at a settlement agency. When she got a job, it was very hard in COVID to get a job. But once she got a job, she told me, "Oh, I've gotten a job. Do you want me to refer you?" Like, literally, she was barely a month in there. She referred me, and I got my first job. My second job, I was looking for a housemate, and I spoke to this my friend, and she said, "Oh, her sister knows somebody that is looking for a housemate." Very first day that I met her, um we got talking about what we both do, and she told me, "Oh, she works here," and I was like, "Oh, are they employed?" She said yes, that she can even refer me. Very first day I'd ever met her in my life, she referred me, and I got a job. I had a hit with the job. She helped me out. This is somebody that I didn't know. We ended up living together for almost 2 years, for more than 2 years actually. And she's one of my best friends now in Canada. She's one of the most reliable people that I know, that if I pick up my phone and call her today, she's going to be able to get solutions to whatever it is that I'm looking for at that time. Lots and lots and lots of stories. Like, some of the Nigerians I met here, like, I met them through Nigerians that were still in Nigeria. I had a friend back home. She said, "Oh, you are in this person's city. I should put you people together." She put us together. It was this person that helped me with moving when I had to suddenly move from where I was living. He took all of my things um, to my new house, despite having a busy schedule. All my jobs today, like, he has played a very important role. He sat down with me, reviewed my resume. He sat down with me, reviewed my resume. If I had interviews, I could call him up, like, just speak with him to um, get the confidence I needed to get for my interviews. Any problem I have in Canada today, like, I tell him, I say, "You're my Canada daddy. You have to help me find a solution. Like, I don't need you to do anything else. Just help me find a solution to whatever problem it is." And I know if I pick up my phone and call him today, "Oh, I have so and so issue," he would find the answer for me. He would be happy to help me. When I decided that I wanted to buy a house, he was the person who took me everywhere that I needed to go, brought an agent. Like the agent actually literally called him. Like I was still with him when he called him, and he's like, "Is it that you don't trust me? Why do you have to be there each time I go to show people houses?" And like two of us virtually gave the same answer. It's not a matter of we don't trust you, it's just we trust ourselves more. We as Nigerians, we trust ourselves more because I knew he wasn't going to lead me astray. When I bought my house, eventually, the lawyer that helped me with all the whole legal documentation and all of that was a Nigerian too. Like it was a Nigerian in Nigeria that introduced me to him. Like we were already friends before I decided to buy the house. Like he helped me with buying my first car. Like he went with me despite being a very busy lawyer. I would go to his office, I'll wait for him. When he was ready, he would drive me to the car shop. We would go. We looked at different car, like we looked at different cars. When I needed to set up my desk in my house, he would come, he would help me, like helped me buy my car. When it was time to buy my house, he did the whole legal process and didn't collect a dime from me. Like all I had to pay was what I needed to do for the documentation. So like I said, this is not me trying to negate anybody's experience or invalidate their experience with other Nigerians. But like I said, after God, most all that I am today is because I have a solid Nigerian community behind me. So he might have just had a very bad experience with maybe a Nigerian, but I just want to stop that generalization that Nigerians in Canada do not help people. Like my friend was telling me about somebody that she knows in this same city that takes it upon himself to, if he knows somebody who is coming to Canada newly, you're just landing, he would go pick you up from the airport, buy you groceries. So you don't come here and you are looking for groceries and food is a problem. Like, imagine that, goes to pick you up from the airport. The airport is at least 30 minutes from anywhere in this city. There's nowhere you're going to eat from that is not at least 20 to 30 minutes. He will go pick you up for free and take you to wherever it is that you're staying with groceries. So at least you can eat for the first week, at least. You and your family are able to eat. My housemate then used to go look at houses for people that were not here. Even people she didn't know, she will go look for the apartments, um, answer any questions that you might have, ask them any questions that they might have. So before you came here, you already had accommodation sorted. So like saying that Nigerians in Canada do not help Nigerians, I think is a very unfair generalization.